2023 has been a tumultuous year, marked by both significant progress and devastating setbacks. Here are some of the most important events, categorized for clarity.
Global conflicts. Russia-Ukraine war. The ongoing war continues to dominate headlines, with no clear end in sight. The doomsday clock was set to 90 seconds to midnight, the closest it has ever been, reflecting the heightened risk of nuclear escalation. Israel-Gaza war, a brutal conflict erupted in April, with Israel launching a devastating ground offensive and Hamas retaliating with rocket fire. The war caused widespread destruction and civilian casualties. Natural disasters. Earthquakes. A series of deadly earthquakes struck various regions, including Turkey and Syria, fifth deadliest of the 21st century, western Morocco, and western Afghanistan. Cyclones. Cyclone Freddy, the longest-lasting tropical cyclone ever recorded, caused widespread damage and loss of life in Malawi and Mozambique. Storm Daniel became the deadliest cyclone globally since 2008, killing thousands in Libya. Health and environment. End of the pandemic. The World Health Organization declared the official end of the COVID-19 pandemic in May. However, concerns remain due to ongoing outbreaks in some regions. Climate change. The urgency of addressing climate change became even more apparent with extreme weather events and rising global temperatures. The IPCC released a stark report warning of irreversible damage if action is not taken. Other noteworthy events. SVB Financial Group collapse. The failure of this major lender rocked the financial world, raising concerns about stability and access to capital. Arrest warrants for Putin. The ICC issued arrest warrants for Russian President Putin for alleged war crimes in Ukraine. Progress and achievements. Croatia joins Schengen and adopts the euro. Croatia's entry into the European border-free zone and adoption of the euro symbolized progress towards integration and economic stability. Cypriot presidential election. Nikos Christodoulidis' election marks a new chapter for Cypriot leadership. Hollywood strike averted. A potential strike by film and television workers was narrowly avoided, ensuring continued production and employment in the industry. These are just some of the major events that shaped 2023. It's important to remember that this list is subjective and reflects a global perspective. Each individual may have their own experiences and priorities that inform their understanding of the year's significance. What are your thoughts on the most important events of 2023?
Which ones resonated most with you and why? The year 2023 witnessed the passing of many talented artists who enriched our lives through their music, film, literature, and other forms of expression. While their physical presence is no longer with us, their legacy continues to inspire and illuminate the world.
David Crosby, January 18th, a founding member of the Byrds and Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Crosby's influence on folk and rock music is undeniable. His activism and vocal advocacy for social justice further cemented his place as a cultural icon. Anita Pointer, March 31st, the eldest Pointer sister. Anita's soaring vocals and energetic stage presence were integral to the group's success. Their iconic hits like I'm So Excited and Jump, For My Love, continue to fill dance floors and hearts with joy. Christine McVie, June 30th, a founding member of Fleetwood Mac. McVie's songwriting talents gifted the world timeless classics like Don't Stop, Little Lies, and You Make Loving Fun. Her melodic voice and introspective lyrics resonated with generations of listeners. Pharoah Sanders, September 24th, a pioneer of free jazz and spiritual jazz. Sanders' innovative saxophone playing redefined the boundaries of sound and expression. His music transcended genre, offering a profound experience of sonic exploration and emotional depth. Takeoff, November 1st, a member of the highly influential hip-hop trio Migos. Takeoff's lyrical prowess and distinctive flow contributed significantly to their meteoric rise to fame. His untimely passing left the music world deeply saddened. Vivienne Westwood, December 29th, the iconic fashion designer, known for her punk-inspired designs and activism, revolutionized the fashion world with her bold and rebellious spirit. Her influence on fashion and culture will continue to inspire generations to come. Issey Miyake, August 5th, renowned for his innovative approach to design and focus on technology and experimentation, Miyake's creations redefined the boundaries of fashion and sculpture. His work continues to be celebrated for its originality and elegance. James Caan, July 6. Caan's versatility and commanding presence graced the screen for over 7 decades. From his iconic roles in The Godfather and Misery to his later work in Elf and Brooklyn, he captivated audiences with his natural talent and emotional depth. Louise Fletcher, September 23. Fletcher's chilling portrayal of Nurse Ratched in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest cemented her place as one of Hollywood's most formidable actresses. Her career spanned decades, including memorable roles in Exorcist II and Star Trek: Deep Space Nine. Angela Lansbury, October 11th, a legend of stage and screen, Lansbury's career stretched across 8 decades. She charmed audiences with her wit and talent in films like Gaslight and Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and later became a household name for her role in the long-running series Murder, She Wrote. Robbie Coltrane, October 14th. Coltrane brought warmth and humor to the role of Hagrid in the Harry Potter films, becoming a beloved figure for fans of all ages. His extensive career also included memorable roles in Cracker and James Bond films. Leslie Jordan, October 24th. Jordan's comedic timing and infectious personality made him a fan favorite on television shows like Will and Grace and American Horror Story. He also touched audiences with his vulnerability and advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights. Hilary Mantel, September 22nd. Mantel's historical fiction masterpieces, including the Booker Prize-winning Wolf Hall and Bring Up the Bodies, brought Tudor England to life with vivid detail and captivating characters. Her insightful writing and historical expertise left a lasting impact on the literary landscape. Louise Erdrich, November 9th. A prolific and celebrated author, Erdrich's works explored themes of indigenous identity, family, and belonging against the backdrop of her native North Dakota. Her poignant storytelling and lyrical prose earned her numerous awards and accolades. David Diop, June 7th. Diop's debut novel, At Night All Blood is Black, garnered international recognition and awards for its stark portrayal of the horrors of World War I from the perspective of a Senegalese soldier. His voice and perspective enriched the literary canon and opened new avenues for understanding the war's impact.
The most important political events in 2024.
U.S. presidential elections, November 5th, 2024 will witness the 60th presidential election in the United States. With President Joe Biden eligible for a second term and former President Donald Trump already announcing his candidacy, the race is expected to be highly contested and closely watched by the world. European Parliament elections. Between May and June 2024, the European Union will hold its 9th elections to the European Parliament. These elections will determine the formation of the European Parliament, the legislative authority of the European Union, for the next 5 years. Presidential elections in Taiwan, January 13, 2024 marks the 16th presidential election in Taiwan. These elections will be decisive for the future of relations between Taiwan and China and the geopolitical landscape in the region. Summer Olympics, Paris, France will host the XXXII Summer Olympics from July 26 to August 11, 2024. This will be the second time the French capital has hosted the Games, the first being in 1924. UEFA European Championship, from June 14 to July 14, 2024, Germany will host the 17th European Championship, the quadrennial international football tournament contested by the senior men's national teams of the UEFA member associations. Copa America, from June 14 to July 14, 2024, Ecuador will host the 48th edition of the Copa America, South America's continental championship for men's national football teams, landscape of the region. World Expo 2025 Osaka, Kansai, Japan will host the World Expo 2025 in Osaka from May 3rd to November 3rd, 2025. The theme of the exhibition is Designing the Society of the Future for Our Lives. G20 Summit, Brazil will host the G20 Summit in November 2024. The G20 is an intergovernmental forum that includes the 19 largest national economies and the European Union. Paris Agreement Assessment Conference, the first global assessment under the Paris Agreement, a landmark international agreement on climate change, will be held in 2024. Mars Sample Return Mission, the Perseverance rover, currently exploring Mars, is scheduled to collect and store samples of Martian rocks and soil for a future mission to return to Earth. This will be the first time samples have been returned from another planet. James Webb Space Telescope, the James Webb Space Telescope, which launched in December 2021, is expected to continue providing pioneering observations of the universe throughout 2024. Quantum computing developments. Major advances in quantum computing technology are expected in 2024, which could lead to breakthroughs in areas such as artificial intelligence and materials science.
These are just a few of the important events that are expected to happen in 2024. This year promises to be a time of great change and progress in various fields, and it will be fascinating to see how these events will shape the world in the coming years.